The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everybody out there? Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, it is always your boy Ruben, and we got AG back in the house tonight.
What's
How we
happening,
doing,
y'all?
sir?
How you doing?
Hey, man, glad that you back, sir.
Hey, I got something already set up for 3 years doing a 5-minute warning.
What?
I already got something set up for 3 years, man. This is a 3-year anniversary. I got something I gotta say.
Uh-oh. That's already scared because you didn't tell me nothing about that.
I sure didn't. I wasn't gonna tell you nothing.
All right. So
This is
you
what
got?
I have to say. To stay in the spirit of this show,
Uh-oh.
there is no way in the world that I'm gonna be tipping anybody at a drive-thru at Burger King ever.
What?
I went to the Burger King on Coliseum Drive.
Oh, wow.
Went around first window to pay.
Mhm. Yeah?
Would you like to tip, sir?
Tip
I
what?
was so flustered. I was like, what did you say? He handed me the credit card kiosk. It was already set up 10%, 15%, 20%. I'm like, at Burger King?
Wow.
Okay, let me tell y'all server something because y'all like real like uppity and sedity. Mr. and Mrs. Don't eat out if you can't tip. If I have to put my shoes on, get in my car, go to the restaurant, not be served at a table, not ask how my day was, not ask any of those questions that you ask when you go to a sit-down restaurant, not have my drink be all the way back down to the ice and have somebody come and fill it. If you're not doing any of those things, you don't deserve a tip. If you need a tip working the first window drive-through, you need another job. Now, I'm going to sound real right-wing right now, but we already paying y'all $15 an hour. There's no way in the world that I'm going to tip somebody paying $15 an hour. I generally tip people to pay $2, get paid $2 an hour, and depend on tips to make a living. Now that I've said that, I feel much better. This is the 5-minute warning, y'all. 3 years. Hello. How you doing?
Wow. I can honestly say for the first time, that's the first time I heard anything of such, of anybody of a fast food restaurant ilk asking you to tip.
Dude, and you know what? I thought it was an isolated situation too until I Googled it. It is more pervasive than you will ever freaking know. This is happening, bro. This is happening.
Oh, so
Now, like I said before, I kind of feel some type of way about the to-go part of sit-down restaurants having to tip, because I still have to go to you to pick up my food, and the only person that I really feel like I need to be tipping is the cook. Being at a register does not, in my mind, does not warrant giving you a tip. You're not helping me get my food to the car. You just saying have a nice day. So for a fast food restaurant to do that, dude, it's all over the place. And there are opinions about it. I'm like, I'm not.
Like
And
I don't.
full disclosure, okay? Full disclosure. I was so flustered that I did give a 10% tip. But when I walked away, or actually drove away, I'm still seething for something that happened a month ago. But this is real. If you Google it, if everybody that is listening to this, I don't care when you're listening to it, because it's still going to be happening. Everybody that's on the chat, if anybody's on the chat, yeah, people on the chat, Google how much do I tip at a fast food restaurant, and I guarantee you will get more listings in the query than you could ever imagine. Now, when I say fast food, I'm talking about Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever. It happened to me personally at Burger King, but I promise you, this is a real thing. Foolishness like this. I mean, you working at a fast food restaurant and you asking for tips? Man, nah.
I don't tip to go people at Applebee's or Red Lobster when I go pick up my own food. Why am I gonna tip the person in the damn what you call it?
Well,
drive-through.
exactly.
I mean, you ain't done shit.
And really, the only, like I said before, the only relationship that I have with fast food in the drive-through is the fry cook or the chef or whatever, because that's the relationship. You went and got the food from the cook and handed it to me and took my money.
And
how does that warrant a tip?
And then 25% of the time, it should be wrong.
You get all the way home thinking you're gonna get a fillet of fish. You got the quarter pounder with cheese. Actually, they get it wrong in a really negative way. So if you ask for a quarter pounder with cheese, they got a double cheeseburger up in there. Talking about $12.
So I'm gonna tell a story. Mo B's not here today. He's a little under the weather. Get well, Mo B. So Mo B and I hanging out, and you know, he gotta get some food for his family. So I roll with him, and we go to an establishment that I won't name, Wendy's, and we order food.
Name them.
What? I didn't say anything.
Yes,
So we order food and stuff like that. No problem. Hey, can you pull over and park? We'll bring your food out to you. Word. Now, we understand it's about 9:30 at night. I don't know why that should matter, but I felt like it should. So about 10, 15 minutes, a person comes out with our food in like 3 different bags. And they're not folded up. Oh no. They're like grabbed like this.
Like a bottle, like you got some Henny in it?
Yeah. So that person brings us 3 bags like this. And he kind of had an attitude, because I guess the person was upset that they had to come outside. Well, you could have just left it. You could have just we could have stayed there. There was only one car behind us, whatever. We get back to Mo B's place. Completely forgot my meal. So we roll back up. And clearly they knew what was up. So, hey, we ordered this, we didn't get this. All right, hold on for a second. So they went, got the order together, gave it to us. Boom. And I was just like, imagine if you were just driving through and you didn't live there. He lived fairly close to it. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you live like 20 minutes away and you realize a whole meal wasn't there and you had to roll all the way back. And then on top of that, clearly, A, they didn't check it. 2, the person who came out and gave it to us had a damn attitude and felt like their body was like, I shouldn't be bringing this shit to you. Well, you should have left us in the drive-thru. Maybe you wouldn't have had to bring shit to us. He just had a stinking ass attitude.
Well, in their defense, they would have had a stinking attitude prior to having to bring you anything because
Of
they had a
course.
stinking attitude all day to start with.
Exactly. And I just wish a motherfucker would have asked me for a tip. What?
Oh, say that again. That's so nice. Say it again.
I wish a motherfucker would have asked me for a tip. Man, I probably would have got out the vehicle. I won't even drive it. I probably got a vehicle, knocked on the door, and be like, "Can I get my tip back?" Because clearly somebody's got issues, and we don't got a goddamn order. So, yeah, man, I wish motherfucker would ask me about a tip at a drive-through. I wish they would. Apparently, they know the ones to ask because I ain't the one. Because I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna hit no tip strong while I'm staring at them.
Just strong.
And I almost dare them to mess up my food.
Oh, you speaking of messed up food? Guess what is back for its final go
That
around?
nasty ass McRib.
Woo! With some pickles and onions, baby.
That is the nastiest shit ever. Man, that is all you can have all
McRib,
of
baby.
that. God, man, I can't
That
wait.
is the official sandwich of the 5-minute warning.
The hell no. That's the official sandwich of AG.
I'm
Don't
part
you
of
be
this
doing that
show.
to the
I'm
don't-
part of this show, man.
Yeah, but you outnumbered. The other two don't like it.
I don't know if I care about y'all.
Yeah,
McRib's back, baby.
Shit, you can have it.
Hello.
I'm glad you giving them that damn money. Maybe they can ask your ass for a tip too. Yeah, we bring the McRib back. Can I get
Yo,
that tip?
hey, I might pay a tip for a McRib, baby.
You know what? Stop it. You know, this is tripe. This is
Why it's gotta be trifling,
What-
man?
what they-
Why
what
you
they
all
say,
up in my
man?
sandwich business, man?
what they say, Christ on a cracker, man. What is
You
going
know what?
on? This is,
Just mad. Just don't hate on my sandwich.
I'm not hating on that nasty ass sandwich.
It ain't nasty. It ain't real, but it ain't nasty. Your face is priceless.
It ain't nasty,
It's
Man.
not nasty.
man.
Yo, man, my first McRib, I would think I was like 15. Yo. Heaven.
My first McRib, I almost threw that bitch back up and told her to get my damn money back.
Yo.
It's nasty.
It's
Nasty.
not, hey, it's unreal meat with slathered in barbecue sauce. It's probably not real either.
Yeah. Like Dad Mike and CB4 said, man, that shit is nasty. It's nasty. Nasty. Yeah. That McRib is all about you, bro. All about you.
Hey, Mocha Cowboy, get a McRib sponsorship, AG. Just
Hell
eat
no.
one randomly in the middle of 5-minute
That's-
warning.
Man,
Man, hey, look,
I will
Mocha Cowboy, they gonna cut me off.
I will shut this shit down.
I don't know why you hating, man.
Because that McRib's nasty. Nasty.
Yeah, they give me ideas, man. KBiako's like, yo, eat a McRib next week, man.
Man.
Yo, he said it right there. He's AG
Just cut-
crushes McRib while
Hey.
rocking a giant bib.
That's
My
right,
man.
man.
My man.
They tell you to go jump off the Golden State Bridge too. I mean, what the hell?
You
gonna
can't
do
that's
that
a bad
too?
comparison because I was going to do it anyway.
Man, shut up. You won't. Nasty ass McRib.
Hey, man, my wife says shut up is a curse word, bro.
I mean, good.
You might want to check yourself.
Shut the whole.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Man, whatever, man. Shit's nasty. Nasty.
Not nasty.
It's disgusting. I can't believe that you even ingest that shit.
McRib.
Let's move on to more pleasant things, such as this is the 30th anniversary of 5-minute warning, y'all.
Sir.
3 years ago,
152 shows ago.
yes, I decided to make a damn podcast by myself. The first episode is absolutely horrible.
It wasn't horrible. Why do you keep saying that? It was horrible.
It was horrible because around 22 minutes you just go out because
Well, that part
I-
wasn't good.
yeah, that was terrible. It was dead air for like 8 minutes. It's so embarrassing. But
You know, I forgot about that part. You could have stopped. You could have stopped.
yeah, but I mean, I can't. Hey, man, to know where you go, you got to know where you came from. So,
Truth.
So
But
yeah, man.
I mean, yeah, it's because the product that we put out now is far and away better.
Oh God, yes, without question. So 3 years of 5-minute warning, all because of all of you, and AG and Moby and all of those who've been on the show, I'd like to give you a very strong thank you. And hey, let's see if we can get another 6 months out of this. So,
Really, bro? 6 months. You deserve a McRib for that.
hell no. Nobody deserves McRib.
Yeah,
That's
they kind of
punishment. That's punishment. So let's get up into this. Got the board lighting up. I mean, AG's got the board lighting up on some damn McRib shit. And
Why do you gotta be so hateful?
because it's nasty. Because it's
Oh, the
nasty.
BLT. I forgot all about that.
That's nasty.
Yo, the
too.
BLT was dope, man. And
The
in the old styrofoam container, yo, you better call somebody.
Nasty.
How is the BLT nasty? I mean, the McBLT
I don't like.
nasty?
I don't like tomatoes, so
That's a you problem.
well, I mean that's why I don't eat. That's why it's nasty.
I don't like tomatoes.
I also don't like that piece of thing they call meat on the McRib, but you know, is what it is.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about regular food now.
I mean-
McRib ain't real. The McRib is not real. I will admit that. I just said I want one.
No, it's not real food.
Now, a
but
tomato
it
is some
actual
real food.
legit.
How you gonna not like real food?
I don't really like tomatoes. I've never liked tomatoes.
Man, you got a problem.
Man, whatever.
I like messing with you.
I ain't like tomatoes for almost 50 years. I ain't gonna start today.
Man, you like tomato. You like ketchup, don't you?
I like it in different forms, yes.
Yeah.
But the actual nah, man, it's just nasty.
you got a problem, man.
You know what else I don't like? Pig's feet, hogs, mogs, chitlins.
Hog
None of that shit's
maw and-
nasty.
What's wrong with chicken?
Chitlins.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Yeah,
look, man.
We're
if they
related on
stink,
that
I
one.
can't eat it. I can't eat what stinks, bro. That's just not the move.
Okay, I got to call out. First of all, everybody on the board, how you doing? It's good to see y'all. Missed y'all. Dre from VA, Black Morticia, Adams, KBiaco, 25,
Local cowboy.
Local Cowboy, all the regulars. I appreciate y'all, and I missed y'all. Now, Dre from VA said, there it is. McDonald's chicken McNuggets aren't real. See,
Wait,
I want to
first
say
of all-
something about that. First of all, no, I get to say first of all.
I mean,
First
that's
of
fine.
all, nothing at McDonald's is real
Wrong.
except their milkshakes, but we can't prove that because their milkshake machine always broke.
I mean, yeah.
And then the other thing is their salads, but they can discontinue the salad. So everything in McDonald's is fake.
Actually, no. The bread is actually not the bread. The chicken nuggets actually come from breast meat. They're actually 100% chicken breast meat.
Are you sure about that?
I'm very positive. I eat them motherfuckers quite a bit.
Okay.
Now you
because
can tell if
I've had
they
other chicken nuggets and McDonald's is kind of lacking.
now I will say this: Wendy's are better.
Wendy's is better than every category.
Yeah,
But actually, the best fast food restaurant I've ever been to lately is Five Guys, bro. Ooh,
fast food. Five Guys is a heart attack waiting to happen.
everything we're talking about is a hard time we can have.
No, not as bad as Five Guys, man.
That is not true. What are you
Man,
talking
hold
about?
on, player. Like they give you that real meat, and that's great. And they, and they get hold on, let me finish. Like they give you all that real shit, and then you order small fries, right?
Yeah,
They put your small fries in there, then they dump a whole nother thing of fries in there, bro. I mean,
that's
that
the
is a-
American way, baby.
yo, that is a heart attack waiting to happen.
Everything
Lord-
in that place is a heart attack.
Yeah, and Lord knows if you're allergic to peanuts, you can't even walk in the damn spot. Like I'm allergic to peanuts, but if you are, I feel don't go to Five Guys ever in life. You will
Ruben,
die up in that bitch.
you talk about stuff that's personal problems. I like peanuts. I like extra fries when I order the small fry. You make it an extra large fry,
Yeah,
especially at
spending
no
$20
additional charge. No additional charge,
I
baby.
mean, after they spend $20, you spend $20 on that damn meat up in there. You better.
Hey, man, and that's some real cow.
Yo, that is that. They just killed that shit like 2 hours ago, and they put that joint in there, and yeah, that's some real.
Exactly.
That is some real moo cow up in that bitch.
Yes. No fillers there, buddy.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying, yo, that shit is what it is. But it's expensive, and it's a heart attack waiting to happen. I mean, they use that use that grade C vegetable oil.
Yo,
So
it's
I mean,
good though, baby.
it is good. That's why I go there like literally no bullshit. I go there twice a year, man. I can't do more than that. I will die up in this bitch.
You scared?
Bruh, I'm a fat black man with diabetes. I'm surprised I ain't got no high blood pressure. Like I will die eating that shit on a more regular basis, and I will be broke. That shit's expensive.
Yeah,
Look, man,
Moco Cowboy is right about that. Not every Five Guys has the banana shake, which is the stupidest thing ever.
first of all, banana is nasty, and put it in a shake form is just more disgusting than ever.
No, see, personal problems, man.
I
You
mean,
need to
that's
let
why
that
I'm
go.
eating that shit. And
Yeah,
why you gonna
actually,
get a milkshake at a burger place?
huh? It's a beverage. They have nothing to do with each other. What's wrong with
What a
you?
beverage is? A Coca-Cola is a beverage. I'm just saying.
Sometimes you need to stop talking.
Cookout, man. Cookout shit fake too. So I mean, let's be
There's
real,
nothing
man.
fake at Cookout,
Fish fleece, like all that shit fake.
man.
Man, they use the Murray's burgers, little tiny ass burgers, man. But Murray's Steakhouse,
Murray's
stop playing. Stop playing, man. You already know. Everybody knows who Murray's Steakhouse is. Because
My grandfather used to sell that at his grocery store,
Bro.
man.
I'm telling you, man.
Oh
Everybody,
my
Murray's
God.
Steakhouse, man, came out with the worst shit ever. Hey, let's put some cheese in our burger. What? That shit is not natural.
Hey,
You
it's
don't got
natural
no
to me. Cheese in the burger?
That shit's nasty.
You just don't like cheese. You don't like tomatoes. You don't like cheese. Something's wrong with you. You're
No, I
communist.
don't. I do eat cheese, man, but nah, that shit embedded in the burger. Hell no, man.
Oh,
That
that's
shit ain't
dope.
cool.
That's
That's
dope.
not.
I
that's
mean, you gotta get cancer,
nasty.
but that's dope.
I mean, among other things.
Yeah.
But
I
that
mean,
shit's nasty.
no, it's not nasty. It's beautiful.
Whatever. But yeah, burgers for Cookout. I mean, that, like I said, that's the little, it's like smaller than the damn. You get the double burger because if you don't, you'll have more bread than burger, man. I mean, it's smaller than the damn Big Mac sandwiches, man. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, it smells good from the outside. Just saying.
I mean, I just appreciate the fact that they're really all in on effing up the environment with the styrofoam. I
They
mean,
got
damn,
styrofoam
bro.
containers. Are you serious?
Yeah. Have you never eaten at Cookout?
Actually, I have, and I didn't remember. It's been a few years ago. Lauren and I
Yeah.
went there one
They
time.
give you a styrofoam container for your food, dog.
Really?
They said, fuck the environment.
we gonna be part of the problem.
Yeah, we gonna be cheap. This food cheap and all this shit cheap.
How is styrofoam cheaper than paper?
I mean, the thing about it is styrofoam. Come on, man. Come on, man. We black. We wash that shit and we use that shit later.
See, that's not. No, you talk about end user. I'm talking about them. How is styrofoam cheaper than paper?
Because, man, paper, you can't put food in paper. Shit fucks it up. And
Everybody puts food in paper.
and then they have the absolute nerve to wrap your burgers in Reynolds wrap. Bro, what? Like, why can't you just put it in a damn styrofoam? But you do that to keep it warm. Bro, I'm not trying to eat at the cookhouse at the folks. I mean, but that's what Cookout is, man. It is comfort food for cheap people. And I ain't gonna say it's horrible because it ain't. And the milkshakes are dope. But if you look at to protect the environment, that ain't the place to be.
Actually, I'm still trying to get to churches. I wanted to taste them biscuits Moby keep talking about.
Oh, those biscuits are fire, man. Can't believe we talking about all this shit on the 3rd anniversary. But those biscuits are fire, man.
They still got that one on Hampton Boulevard, don't they?
Nah, that shit closed.
So where do I gotta go? Where do I gotta go?
You gotta go to there's one in Hampton. Excuse me, off of 664 in Newport News, downtown Newport News.
Yeah,
not like it's like hood Newport News.
Yeah, I know. So as soon as you said 664 Newport News, I'm good.
Yeah, man. I mean, it'd be good up in that bitch.
I bet it is. I bet the attitudes are just as bad as they can be.
Hey, man, I don't be paying attention to that bullshit.
Yes,
I just get my food and roll out. I just want to make sure it's right. And I mean, here's what it is, man. Every church's chicken, like drive-through, their concrete's coming out anyways. They got big old fat hole so it can mess up your suspension in your car. I mean, so like, and nobody ain't trying to fix that shit because they're like, well, we ain't got to go through it, so I don't give a fuck. So it's one of those things, man. Why mess up your car?
True enough.
I mean, once again, church is another thing I eat maybe twice a year, man.
Another heart attack waiting to happen.
That's a heart attack waiting to happen, bro. That should be good. Just because it's good for you, that don't mean that's what you should be eating.
Truth.
That's
True.
and that's real.
It's good to you. It's good to you. It's not good for you.
None of it. It tastes good though.
It really does.
Ah.
Something like salt and sugar, buddy.
Cool. Well, let's get off this food thing for a second. So let's get into the question of the day. I'm excited for the question of the day. I may have to explain it, but I'm excited for it. So, question of the day: Why do people protect their race when they do or say something stupid? Now, the reason why I asked that question is because whenever somebody does something so ignorant, and yes, I'm talking about black people, does something so ignorant, some of us still put. Now that is not a WPS type of question, because there are people out here defending Kanye West over his dumbass, and I can't do it. And I need to know, AG, your opinion on why do you think racists protect other races, especially when they do dumbass shit? Because there is nobody out here who can sit here and tell me that Kanye is in his right mind. Look, the man's got 3 strikes, bro. First, he said that slavery was a choice. So he was already done with my ass. Like, yo, what? Slavery is a choice? Man, don't make me smack all. I'm going to smack you back to the wire, you know? And then 2, he out here, you know what? So what, man? The dude's out here wearing, what's it called? White Lives Matter shirts. That's just ignorance. I can't do nothing with that. And then 3, you out here talking about Jewish people. What? You talking about DEFCON 3 on all the Jewish people? I can't stand up for that. And then, like, I can't protect that, man. And then you mad that all the people who pay you money has like, nah, I can't be around that shit. No shit. All because you want to wear some ugly ass Yeezys. Them things are ugly. Oogly. AG, why we protect our people, man? I know we can't talk about WPS or anybody else or LPS or JPS or whatever, but BPS, why do we protect our people when they do dumb shit?
Well, it's the same thing that I tell white people that ask, and they're really not asking, they're being passive aggressive. But anyway, when they ask, why can't white folks drop the M-bomb? The analogy I used to give, because I'm not wasting my time with those idiots anymore, but the analogy I used to give is, if I'm talking to my sibling and I call my sibling out their name, that's what I can do because we're siblings. We have the same experience. We come from one or two of the same parent. We have a relationship that has boundaries that are much larger than what we have, person to person, Mr. White person. So I can say some things that you cannot. If I call my sibling whatever, and then you come behind me and say the same thing, I'm about to beat you down. The same thing here. To a degree, when black folks like Kanye say dumbass, we're trying to protect him or protect our race because we don't want to look bad. We try to kind of dress a pig up with putting lipstick on it. But the bottom line is, we know he's an idiot. We just don't want everybody else to feel like he's an idiot, which everybody else already knows.
Well, he helped himself out with that.
Well, he really did. In big spoonfuls. So, in my opinion, to some degree, I think all races and ethnic groups do it.
Yeah.
Because we always had that idiot that makes us look bad. I think white folks have the least amount to lose because they're winning. But for ethnic groups and racial groups, anything black or brown, we can't afford Kanye's. We really can't. Now, this dude has been saying some stuff about Jewish people. He's been saying stuff about black people. And now he's apologized, and then he took the apology back. Talking about now he knows why. Now he knows how it feels to have a knee on his neck. You're comparing yourself to George Floyd because you're not a billionaire anymore? Really?
This motherfucker here.
Well, I'm telling you, I heard it on Baller Alert through Instagram. And this is one of the few times that I actually listened to the audio with the video. And I was like, why did I waste my time with this? But I'm glad I did, because this is part of the answer to the question. So when, people come out and throw softballs talking about his mental health, and we should be, we should try to do something to help him, or this or that or whatever it is, I don't care about this dude at all. Because some people, you just have to you just have to let them go and give up on them. They'll figure it out or not. But you're not my problem anymore. So I'm just saying, man, some black people, it's just like, to some degree, we all have done it. It's like, because we're trying to soften the image that this person is putting out, because it's making us all look bad. But at some point, it's like, whatever. You can have him, because he is not going to the cookout ever.
Not to mine. I mean, he gonna end up at somebody's cookout because somebody.
Well, just as long as it's not mine. So that's my answer to that, man. It's just like like I said, when you have a parent that does crazy mess and you end up apologizing for him, you want to soften the blow. Some of that is for the person themselves, but a lot of it is because I ain't trying to look bad behind you. So let me try to explain it, just kind of smooth it over. But at some point, it's like, yeah, they did that.
I mean, and right now we got like two idiots out here, man, like making a whole bunch of noise, man. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna say I'm happy that Kanye West is getting pseudo canceled, but I'll say this, bruh. I get it, man. In the grand scheme of things, you may feel a certain way about a certain thing. Yes, and you have free speech to say what you want, but that does not give you the freedom of consequence, freedom from consequences. And that's what happens. You said some dumbass shit on Twitter, and guess what? The consequences are nobody likes your ass anymore, and nobody wants to give you any money. And now Elon Musk, who bought Twitter, had, even though he said I had nothing to do with reinstating him, he is now reinstated, which is awesome for him. Congratulations. Don't ever send a tweet my way. I don't want to be involved. None of that. And between him and Herschel Walker, my God, like, I mean, hell on earth has started, man. I mean, what did we do to deserve this shit? And what we did, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing for the whole everybody. I'm sorry, because it's bad enough we got one, but two, it's hard to deal with the one, and oh God.
Ruben.
And I feel like it won't end until the 9th of November, and we'll at least hopefully we'll get rid of one of them.
It's not going to end. We thought it was supposed to end with Ben Carson. Now they gave us Herschel Walker.
But you know what Ben Carson did?
What?
That I will forever appreciate him for. Hey man, he got put in a position, director of housing authority. Didn't know what the hell he was doing, but you know the one thing he did do? He shut the fuck up. We ain't heard from Ben Carson for 4 years.
True. You're not wrong.
That was the greatest shit ever. That was the smartest move ever. He didn't get elected, but he got himself a position, and he did a whole bunch of nothing. But he didn't come out here and do dumb shit and say dumb shit. He shut the fuck up.
Actually, he started out doing that. That's how he got made the
mainstream. I didn't hear about it, so that's awesome.
Okay, Google Ben Carson quotes and you get back to me.
And I will say this. When you go looking for shit, you find it.
No, you just forgot. This was very public. You just forgot.
And you're right, and I'm happy that I'm forgotten, and I ain't never going back.
Oh, Dre from VA, you're right. Kyrie Irving will make 3.
Man, that guy too. Like, yo, man, you can't sit here and explain your way out of this, man. Well, blah blah, black people, Jewish people, dude. Sometimes, man, as Moby says all the time, Sometimes it's the messenger, and the messenger is sorry. He's a sorry piece of shit. He played basketball, and God knows, man, I never want to tell anybody to shut up and dribble more than I would think. I would like to tell him to shut up and dribble, but I'm not going to do that because he has free speech just like everybody else. However, you can't be mad out here when people mad at you for tweeting dumb shit or tweeting shit that people don't agree with. You can't be out here being all in your feelings. And once again, we have 3 people who claim to be smart doing dumb shit. I don't know if Herschel Walker claims to be smart.
No, he never told me those things.
I mean, but he damn sure dumb. And,
he's a special guy. He's a special guy.
But he's not claiming to be dumb, so he must think he's somewhat intelligent.
No, well, he loved him some him.
Well,
I just say he never claimed to be smart.
He needs to love him somebody somewhere else. Go back where you came from, dog. You were cool before you came back.
Was he?
Yeah, because I ain't heard from his ass.
Actually, I have, and this is not surprising.
Well, that's you. But once again, he won't run from the office. He was just doing dumb shit in Georgia. Keep doing your dumb shit in Georgia. And stop trying to run for office. Lord knows, man, if those people in Georgia elect that fool.
I'm telling you, man, Georgia's pissed off that they lost the state to Biden. They're pissed. I'm telling you, they'll vote him in.
Man,
and he makes mainstream America very comfortable.
I mean, and I guess it may have to be a push, man, because my hope is Stacey Abrams wins the governorship. And then if they get Herschel Walker as a push, I mean, it'll be the worst time in politics in Georgia history, but
not well for some people, but not most of them.
Man, and that's the thing, man. Most of them think, oh, Herschel Walker makes sense. No, he don't. He don't know what the hell he's saying.
To him, he does.
He don't even know. He think his badge makes him a real cop. Bitch, they give that to kids.
Hey, he got backed up by the sheriff in his town.
Oh, God, that guy who wasn't even wearing a damn uniform. You don't know if he was a sheriff. Man, whatever, man. F that guy. I'm serious, man. And then we as people protect dumbasses like this. Yet, you know, if somebody does something for the community and stuff like that, we ready to kick his ass to the curb. But no, we want to save motherfucking Kanye West because we like his $250 pair of Yeezys. Them shits are ugly.
They are.
And I'm not paying to it. Man,
well, actually, you're probably getting for $10 now.
Who cares? Bitch, you should be paying me to buy those shits. Them shits are ugly. But thank you, AG, for answering that question.
You're welcome.
Herschel Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
I did. God knows. I can't wait, man. I don't ask for much, Lord, but please make the people in Georgia don't put that person in power. Please, please, please. Lord knows, please. Please. I don't ask for much. Just not that. I could deal with dumbass Kyrie. I can unfortunately deal with dumbass Kanye West. But we can't give one of these dumb motherfuckers this kind of power.
You sure?
I'm positive. We can't.
But we will.
No, we won't. Stop it.
It already happened. Trump. It already happened, bro.
Hey, man, that's different. He ain't in power no more. And hey, people learn their mistakes, man.
But he was.
He was, and shit we can do about it. But now we have a second chance for a first impression. Don't do this. I plead and beg to you, Georgia. Don't do this.
But they will.
Go vote. Go vote for Stacey Abrams and go vote for Warnock. You know what? Vote for, I don't know, the Keebler damn elf. Just don't vote for Herschel Walker.
Now, this is for a federal spot, right? This is federal Senate.
It's for the Senate, yes.
Okay.
Yes, in Washington.
I thought it was.
We don't need his dumb ass in Washington.
He can be there.
Man, God knows.
Trump, man.
Moving to Canada.
That's what I said.
God damn it.
Doesn't take much to be a citizen either.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Oh, at least with vote Senator Mack, I mean, she was doing stuff. She just, did one thing the wrong way. But we haven't heard much from her. Or at least not on social media anyway. So
She got talked to.
yeah, she probably got to talk to you.
You out here twerking.
Yeah, you can't be twerking your ass talking about vote Senator Mac, baby.
Yeah, that's
Like I need you not to do that. Your girlfriend needs to stop putting you in bad positions.
she wanted to be in a bad position.
I bet she did. She just stopped that shit. So, all right. So this week, but for the 3rd anniversary, we decided to do something a little different. So instead of doing our segments like we normally would, we are going to actually do somebody else's segment this week. So Mo B would be here, and Mo B was supposed to do Hey Ladies, which I know everyone is sad for.
I was looking forward to that all week.
So, yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Hopefully, we'll get him to do it one day. But I'm going to start it off. And this week, I'm going to do a Tell Me I'm Wrong. So,
let's do it.
So, music, man. Music, everybody, for the most part, listens to music. You know, it makes you feel good, makes you feel sad, makes you cry, makes you happy. It does all that. But probably one of the more important things it does, it tells stories. Because from back in the past to current, supposedly, you know, it tells stories all the time. You know, the majority of the songs have a beginning, an end, a middle, and an end. So tell me I'm wrong. Around like, I don't know, 2010, our music don't tell no damn stories. Our music just says, hey, we did this, we did that. I mean, there ain't no beginning, there ain't no middle, there ain't no end. Unlike back in the day, like in the 80s, you know, especially hip hop. Hip hop, Grandmaster Flash Furious 5 told a story. You know, Kid and Play told a story. Cinderella Dana Dane told a story. You know, which honestly, if they were ever going to make a movie with a gentleman as a Cinderella, all they need to do is take that Cinderella Dana Dane song and just completely use that and make a movie. Because that might be one of the greatest stories ever told from the other side of the pond. Because Dana Dane's not from America, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, even NSYNC and Bye 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 told a story. Told a story about a crazy ass chick. And they were trying to get rid of her. You know? Today, all they talk about is a whole bunch of nothing. They just say lines of music. Say lines and it don't rhyme half the damn time. It don't make sense half the damn time. None of that. So tell me I'm wrong. We no longer have stories for the most part in the music of today compared to where we were pre-2010. AG, tell me I'm wrong.
You are wrong, sir.
How so?
Because I think it's like what Mo B says about himself with respect to hip hop. He's aged out. And he has a whole bunch of get off my lawn opinions. And he is self-aware enough to say, hey man, I aged out. Because these kids like this stuff.
I didn't say anything about liking anything.
I realize
I'm saying,
but
what I'm saying is, I'm honest. Okay.
Getting around to it.
All right.
And what I mean by that, well, with respect to what I just said, what I am saying to you is every rap or song is a story. And it's generally built around the hook. Now, I do understand what you mean because sometimes if you're listening but not listening, it does sound like a bunch of nothing. But if you really listen intently, that's not the case at all. So musically, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And lyrically, it usually has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Now, some of the ideas can be dumb, but they're definitely telling you a story. And again, I don't listen to a lot of music. I end up listening to a lot of, talk radio or what have you. But the music that I do listen to that was produced in the last 10 years, I would beg to differ. Now, you don't have to like you said, you don't have to like the music. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, whatever. But all the songs that I can think of off the top of my head, especially the ones that I listen to that are outside of my comfort zone, there are stories being told. So just saying.
Okay.
You got to bust it wide open, Shawty.
Yeah.
That's the story.
That's not a story. That is
It
a
kinda
lie, sir.
is.
It kind of is not. So
Okay.
I'll say this. So you listen to a lot of news and stuff now, you say, right?
Usually.
A lot of podcasts,
Yeah.
a lot of spoken word,
Yes.
verbal word, stuff like that.
Mhm.
Okay. So 10 years before now, would you say you listen to a lot more music than stuff like that?
Well, see, I was kind of stuck in a moment because a lot of the music that I listen to, that I gravitate to, was stuff I grew up on. That changed a little bit because I was dating a woman that had a child and she was pretty young at the time. So a lot of the things that she was listening to, like, One Direction, whoever was out at the time, I was like, well, let me check this stuff out, And what I found was, pop music that I grew up with packaged differently, but it's the same thing. But the storytelling is the storytelling. Like, one of my favorite Ariana Grande songs, the song Next. Thank You Next.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 3 vignettes
So
about 3 different people.
okay. Yeah.
And it's
very true.
centered around thank you for whatever you did for me. Next.
And I understand that. And I'm not saying that there is not some of that out there, but I would drastically say that, I would say the 75%, if we're using just the term 75%, back in the day, I would say 75% of the music was storytelling and 25 was not. Now, my belief is that's completely changed the other way, where 25% is storytelling and the other 75% is not.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this. The reason I disagree with you is because both of us can agree that we love NWA, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, when F the Police came out, people that were as old as we are now were saying the same thing about F the Police and everything that genre was giving us at the time, because they would revert back to a lot of Motown stuff, a lot of disco stuff. And it's like, that ain't even music. It kind of was, bro. Whether you want to admit it or not, it was music. And whether you want to admit it or not, it was telling a story. The story just either made you uncomfortable or it was something you didn't even care about. So you labeled it as less than. It wasn't less than. It was just not for you with your old self. And I believe that's what Moby has always said about himself. And I think that's kind of what you're suffering from right now.
Well, I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is because I feel like when I listen to music, regardless of what genre of music I listen to, I have my own Spotify and stuff like that. And when I listen to some of the new stuff, what I try to do is envision what they're saying, because I listen to music because it's entertaining, but it does tell a story, all the way from Grandmaster Flash Furious 5 to One Direction to a whole bunch of Soul Decision, a whole bunch of shit you don't even know that I listen to, that a whole bunch of people don't know I listen to, and stuff like that. However, I would say that there's a lot of the music today that doesn't necessarily tell that. Now, there's some music that I like, such as what a bitch from the South, whatever. Like, I like that. It sort of tells a story, but then it kind of doesn't. But then I got like the whole Lotto, like she's got the whole, like, for instance, no, let's change that. WAP. Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what they say gives me visuals, but it doesn't necessarily tell a story. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying music today does give visuals, but it doesn't necessarily, some music just doesn't necessarily tell a story. And I would say most of the music that comes out now does the visual, but it's not really linked together. And the only thing for WAP that's linked together, it all comes back to having some wet ass pussy. But there's no story on how we got from here to here. And that's all I'm saying. And that's why, I'm not saying it doesn't give us visuals. I'm saying that it doesn't. A lot of it doesn't tell a story.
Okay.
Because I feel like music gives us visuals.
I understand what you mean, but when I listen to WAP, the story there is as obvious as the day is long to me. Now, I do agree, huh?
What's the story?
The story is what's between my legs can get me anything. And I'm going to describe to you how, why, and who.
But
that's the story that's been told since the beginning of time.
But is that a story or is that a statement?
It's both.
No, it can't be both. I take it back. It can be both, but it's not. It's not telling you.
Well, actually, you're right, because WAP is probably a bad example, because now that I think about it, it could be an anthem.
Yeah.
But it's still telling you a story. It's telling you a story that Hey Ladies is built on. It's telling you a story that's been told forever and ever and ever. It's this kind of story that gives a woman the right to slap you and you not respond. It's telling a story. It's the reason why we get out here as men, and go into debt for a woman that is like not giving you a dime. Really, bro? But that's what we're doing. And why are we doing it? What does Moby say? Out here getting it going, doing crazy mess behind some average pussy. That's what he said. That's the story she's telling.
But that's not no, they're not telling us. But that's the thing. It's not a story.
No, I agree. It's
an outline. It's giving us the reasons why you do this. But it doesn't say Flavia and Cornelia went down the street and they had some wet ass pussy, so they got all these dudes to come out. And it doesn't say that. It just gives us an outline on, hey, my WAP gets me this because I have WAP. But it doesn't say it's not a story.
Okay.
Whereas a lot of music before 2010 told stories. And I think that's where the Tell Me I'm Wrong can get a little confusing.
Because actually it's not. And in fact, what I was going to say when you started talking, the bell went off and I was like, you know what? In this narrow view, I cannot tell you that you're wrong. So you win.
Really?
Yes. Because you're looking for Slick Rick, and there is hardly any of that. But in every genre has suffered for it ever since the 70s expired.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all. I'm just saying it doesn't happen as frequently now as it did before.
Well, actually, it stopped happening 30 or 40 years ago. Because like my wife she loves old music in every genre. So when we listen to the 80s or the 70s channel on Sirius, especially the 70s channel, those people are telling you a story, and in story form with less words because it's lyrical. Now, when you go to the 80s, now you're starting to get into phrases that's telling a story, and you're getting into anthems, which is telling a story, but maybe not. Now in the 90s and beyond, like you said, with that narrow view, it's less and less and less and less. Because the last rapper I ever heard tell a story, and forgive me for being narrow in this, but the last rapper I ever heard tell a story is Slick Rick, and he was the best at it as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm not saying that he's the best as far as I'm concerned, because that's all I ever heard. But what I'm telling you is that dude told you a story from beginning to end, built around a hook. That is rare nowadays. So that's why I'm telling you that, yes, you are correct. I lost yet again.
Okay, I'm going to take this win and run with it. So, awesome. So, AG, this week, you are doing foreign affairs, if I'm correct.
Yo, man. U.S. stops at Georgia.
I didn't feel to say that. Doesn't feel good to say that.
Yes, it really does. Because, there were some stories out there. I think I ran across some Moby had already done. I think I ran across some that were a little boring. And I was afraid I wouldn't find anything. How dumb am I to believe that?
Hold my beer.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Paranormal activity cited as reason for man was driving without 2 tires. Florida cop says.
What?
Paranormal activity cited as reason man was driving with 2 tires. This dude was driving on rims on one side of his car, down to the bare wheels.
Wow.
Okay, an SUV missing 2 tires was stopped along a Florida Interstate 75, and the driver says paranormal activity was behind the disappearance. The Marion County Sheriff's Office reports. It happens, he said, because someone put a curse on him, according to the October 28th news release. The traffic stop occurred around 4 a.m. Sunday, October 23rd, this year, I presume, on Interstate 75 ramp near Marion Oaks. The sheriff's office reported Marion Oaks is about 65 miles northwest of Orlando. Deputy Wilson noticed that 2 tires were not only deflated, but that he was driving on what remained of the rim. So this dude was sparkling going down the road.
Wow.
So the deputy asked him about the damage to the vehicle, stated someone had put a curse on him and that he hit the curb a little hard. Finger quotes with a little hard. This dude said either he was going to ride on the rim like he was, or he was going to have to stop the van. He had a little minivan, set it on fire, and go to sleep on the median. If that's not crazy enough,
What? Why couldn't he just sleep in the damn van?
it'd be on fire at that point.
I mean, but why set it on fire? Just sleep in the
That's
damn
what he
van.
said. That's what he said he had to do. Paranormal, man. Paranormal.
Oh, Dre said his dude think he really in a GTA game.
Hey, man. Hey, U.S. tops in Georgia.
Jesus.
Keep that Florida shit in Florida.
That's so horrible. On so many levels.
Let's see. Let me see. Hold on a minute, because that's only like half of it. Because when they
There's more?
when they try to take the dude in, the dude lost his mind. If you mess with me right, this is a quote. If you mess with me right now, let me tell you something. I'm going to break your head with a baseball bat. I'm going to skin you alive, unquote.
And then cops broke out a taser.
Well, actually, he tried to take the taser. He tried to take the taser out of the holster, for real. So at the end of the day, this is what the deputies arrested the driver, charged him with 2 counts of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, attempt to deprive an officer of means of protection and communication, corrupt by threat against public servant, and driving under the influence. This guy faces 25 and a half years in prison.
The influence of what?
Huh?
The influence of what?
It just said under the influence.
I mean,
They didn't say what it was.
the devil? I mean,
Hey, just letting you know.
Wow.
Lawrence said Florida air.
I mean, clear.
And actually, they got him on bond as we speak, or at least as I'm talking about this, for $27,000.
If Keviaco asked if the dude was white.
Do we really need to ask? Do we?
I mean, I didn't ask.
I didn't either. I'm doing a lot of presumption here, but I'm pretty sure. WPS, y'all.
Wow. All right. The paranoia. I know it's near Halloween and shit, but damn.
Hey.
I didn't know you can use that to get out of jail. Get out
because he's in jail.
That's true. Didn't work, brother. Try again.
Oh, man.
Craziness. That's it.
That's the one.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, man. U.S. stops in Georgia. Keep that Florida shit in Florida. Make sure your passport right, but keep it in Florida.
Make sure your passport right.
Hey.
Awesome. So, what's on your mind, sir?
What's on my mind is something I've said on the show, but lately, all the Kanye stuff and all the Marjorie Taylor Greene stuff and all the things seems like the Second Amendment is taken out of context in this country so often. because people like to use that and the Constitution in general to be able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, which is really not what the document is saying or its interpretation at any time. However, when you have words like that, it's hard to defend. So I have learned to just let people do what they want to do. And I don't have a problem with it. Sometimes it's hurtful to me. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's just awful. But I've learned to deal with it. This is the part that bothers me. If you are allowed to say what you want to say, if you are allowed to do what you want to do, and no one can tell you otherwise, don't you think that goes for everyone else too?
I'm special.
Not that special. No brass in pockets here. You're not that special. So what I'm saying to you is, the next time you want to say something that's racist and then say it's not racist, the next time you want to say something that's misogynistic and say it's not misogynistic, the next time you want to say something awful to someone, the next time somebody's sick and you choose not to just reach out to them a little bit, just to say how you doing, please stop being mad that somebody treats you in kind. Because you know what, in this world of the Constitution says, and the Constitution says, you know what I noticed? The people that kind of spew that stuff at every turn, they can't stand it when somebody else has the same juice. And when you're an American, especially, we all have the same juice. So the Sarah Silvermans of the world that make light of things that they've said because they was mad that they got caught out there and they made money off of it from Uber Eats. I'm not mad at you, but just understand, if you do something like that again, you will have to sell toe pictures, because people are allowed to respond. You can say what you want to say. I'm not mad at you. I'm really not. Because when I read the document and I get into my lawyer mind, and I'm trying to think of a way to kind of defend it, I'm like, I really can't, because those words actually exist in the document. They actually exist. Freedom of speech, it's there. But the problem I have is when somebody says something racist and then somebody calls the person that said what they said a racist, the person that started all this is offended. And that's the same person who said, y'all shouldn't be offended at nothing. You're soft. Okay. Just saying. When you brandish a weapon and you get shot, you brought that on yourself. So people are allowed to respond, folks. You just can't be out here saying and doing things and then don't think no one is going to say and do things. That's what's on my mind.
I mean, yeah, you said the wrong thing, you might get a slap in the face. I mean, get punched in the face.
There it is.
It happens. You know?
Should you hit somebody? No, but you kind of earned it. Just saying.
Yep. All right. Thanks, sir. Thanks,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
What's on my mind? Simple. Same thing has been on my mind for the last month now. And the same thing is going to be on my mind till at least the end of, for 2 weeks from now. Yo, man, we got to get in and vote. We can't be letting fools like Herschel Walker, Georgia. I'm looking at you. You can't be letting that dude get up here in Washington unless he here on a field trip. Like, no. I mean, come on, man. Like, they're talking about, I want to say they're like 35 seats on the Senate, and they're everybody's trying to figure out who's going to get the advantage, blah, 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 and I'm just like, just don't be voting fools up in here. That's all I'm saying. And I mean, because to me, a vote for that guy is a wasted vote. Because, yeah, I mean, he acting like this now, but just because he acting like this now, don't you think he might turn on you? I mean, real talk. I don't think Herschel's a dumb in a box of rocks, but I also think he's not a mastermind either, and clearly this dude, as much as he hates abortions, I mean, he's paid for a couple of them. So, I mean,
Like we weren't going to find out.
yeah, like I mean, why you hating abortions? Because man, if it weren't for abortion, you had like 4 or 5 kids. Like, and then furthermore, let's just be real. I get it, guys. I understand. I'm a male too, but I mean, hey, man, if you having sex with somebody you shouldn't be having sex with, at the very least, go buy a box of condoms, like for real. I mean, you gonna skeet up in something, and now next thing you know, back in the days, you know, you pay for an abortion. These days, if you have the right people tell you you just got a kid, and you gonna have Maury Povich show up at your door, you are the father. And so, like, I don't know how this dude's against abortion, because abortion saved him a whole lot of money. So, yeah, I find that to be interesting. Also, people, look, man, don't let people spotlight stuff just because it makes sense for them. Look, man, everybody's got their own belief system, but you don't have to do an article in a newspaper because of your belief system, so somebody can say, hey, well, this black person believes in that, why don't you? Because we all different people. I mean, yeah, don't let yourself be used as a pawn in anybody's scheme. So, other than that, get out there and vote. I know we in Virginia, all we can do is send out our positive thoughts to Georgia and say, Georgia, please, if you know somebody in Georgia, call them. Don't vote this fool up in office. You know, I almost think voting that fool up in office is worse than, like, a lot of people think voting Stacey Abrams in office is. Because, yeah, we gotta, man, we can move that board up to South Carolina. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. They can become a landlocked, you know, country too. Shit, man. Because I don't go to Georgia for hardly nothing anyway. It ain't gonna hurt my feelings none. So that's all I got to say on that. But first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us on our 3rd anniversary. Thank you for listening to us live. Thank you for listening to us on the podcast. When you hear it, comes out Thursday or Friday of this week. Now, I do have one special announcement. So, I have been working on another project for a while now, and I am happy to say that it is out. I have put the first episode of 5 Minute Warning Presents Why Not Me, where I'm having a conversation with Marcus J., a social activist, social entrepreneur. Basically, you know, the reason why I wanted to do something like this for YouTube is because I appreciate having this platform that a lot of people helped me create. But when it's all said and done, you know, there are people out here doing more than I can ever do. And I always want to figure out ways to constantly push myself. And, you know, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Other people do all this and do all that. I want to know what makes people tick. I want to know what makes people go to that next level. So one day, maybe I can go to that next level myself. And so it is a series called Why Not Me? A new episode will drop every Monday on YouTube, on the YouTube page, the 5 Minute Warning YouTube page. Just put it at 5 Minute Warning. You'll see the logo. And the first episode is out. So please, you know, go watch it. Leave a message. Tell people about it. Also, I appreciate any feedback, you know. So, you know, all this is happening because of the podcast. And so I'm trying to venture out myself and do more. Because when it's all said and done, if I can figure out why other people go to that next gear, maybe I can go to that next gear, or maybe somebody who watches it can go to that next gear and do something that they want to do and enjoy doing. Because when it's all said and done, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of what you believe in, we have one life to live, and this is the life that we're living. So we need to have as much fun and as much excitement and much everything that we can have in it. So why not me? 5-minute warning. Please, definitely go watch it. Once again, thank you. All this happens because of everybody who listens. So thank you. With that being said, I always like to thank AG for being in the house. Mo B, hopefully it gets better. He'll be back next week. Thank to everybody on the board. Whoa. That was interesting.
You good?
No, but I'll be give me a second. Wow. All right. That's fun. So, thank everybody listening on the board. Thank everybody who's listening on the podcast when it comes out. 3 years. I tell everybody that I couldn't have made it 2 weeks, but it's been 3 years. So I'm excited. And it's all because of you. And thank you for all that. So once again, thank you, AG, for being on the episode with me. Season 4 starts today. So definitely tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. Of course, we are here on Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Twitch and on YouTube and on my personal Facebook page. Also, the episodes will be out on Thursday and Friday. Please like, subscribe, all that beautiful stuff on all of our platforms. Definitely take a look at Why Not Me on the YouTube platform for 5-minute warning. And of course, as we always do, love, peace, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5-Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5-Minute Warning, AG_5-Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of